She has got 16 Grammy Awards. Count them, 16. Forbes listed her as the 4th most powerful and influential celebrity in the world in 2009. The same year, she was the 3rd top grossing musician, and this girl is not even 30.
She's 28 years old. We're talking about Beyonce. And right before she left for the South American leg of her I Am tour, Beyonce took a break from promoting her new perfume Heat to sit down with us for some really cool girl talk. She goes by one name, Beyonce. Her album, I Am, Sasha Fierce, has sold 2.7 million copies. Single Ladies has made pop culture history. And she is currently on a worldwide tour that has already taken her to 66 cities in 12 countries. Last week at the Grammy Awards, she took home 6 statues, and became the most decorated female artist in a single night in the 52-year history of the Grammy Awards.
We put a ring on it.
Not bad for a woman who was only 28 years old.
What was going through your mind the other night at the Grammys?
I think I'm still in shock. I was just overwhelmed, and when I walked off the stage, I just started bawling.
Why do you think you cried? What was it? Just were you overwhelmed?
It's just all the years of hard work and all of the support from my family and everyone that's worked with the label, because everyone's like family, you know.
Sure.
Because I've been doing this a while, and I started so young. We've all grown together, and it's like everything I worked for over the years was all paying off.
That's exactly talking about this.
Yeah. When I first met you in 1998 on Regis and Kathy Lee,
yes,
you were a little girl.
I was.
And I knew right then, I mean, it was easy. Celine Dion, same thing, when she came on early on. You can tell the people they're going to last forever. And you were so grounded then. You could tell you already knew what you wanted, and you knew you could tell she was ready to work as hard as it was going to take.
I was looking at all the pictures the first time I went to the Grammys, and I was like 17 years old.
A little girl.
And they had us in the bleachers, and then the next year we were in the pre-show, we won a Grammy, and we were crying, and then the next year we won 2, and just the growth.
So the journey.
When we're looking at your list of Grammys, you have more Grammys than Barbra Streisand, you have more Grammys than Tina Turner, than Celine Dion.
And put together.
Everybody.
Pretty much.
You have more than everybody. What continues to motivate you to work?
Scary.
Crazy?
We can show you the numbers.
Where are the numbers? Hold on, let's get the numbers.
Unbelievable.
Here it is. All right, Tina Turner has 8. Barbra Streisand has 8. Celine Dion has 5. You have 16.
And you're 28 years old. I mean, you're really making it. You're making it really rough for any. What are you going to do when you hit 30? I mean, come on.
Wow. Now what am I supposed to say?
I'd love to thank the Grammys. I'm sorry, I'm nervous. I'd love to thank my family for all of their support, including my husband. I love you.
When you gave your acceptance speech at the Grammys, it made news, and I didn't really understand why, but they said, oh, Beyonce thanked her husband publicly. Woo, it was a thing. Why is that such a thing? I don't get it.
I don't know.
Yeah?
I mean, we don't really talk about our marriage.
Yeah.
And I guess, you know, just hearing me say husband was
I know.
a big deal. I've said it before, but, you know.
It's not a dirty word.
It's not at all.
I think you're so smart to do that.
Yeah.
So smart to just keep something precious for the two of you.
Well, what does motivate you to keep working? Because everyone has something that makes them sort of get up in the morning and continue.
Motivation.
Yeah.
Well, trying to be like those women that you just named, people that I respect. And, you know, honestly, whenever I do a film, it makes me really miss music. And whenever I do an album, I'm like, I want to challenge myself. I want to play a character and learn something about myself that maybe music can't teach me. It's almost harder. The longer you do something, the harder it is to top yourself or to try to discover what you haven't done yet. And every time I'm like, how can I be different from what I did before? And it's really challenging trying to always grow and make sure your fans are growing with you. Just welcoming you change and take more risks.
Accepting you, yeah.
And that was, we love her. And that was only part 1 of our interview with Beyonce. We are back with more of our conversation with the 16-time Grammy-winning Beyonce.
Oh, she was terrific. She had a lot to say about her music career, but now as she launches her new perfume called Heat, you're going to see the business side of Beyonce. She talks about that and her secret to staying out of the tabloids and her favorite TV show.
Beyonce, and how you stayed out of the spotlight in the tawdry way.
We were talking about
You
that.
never hear
we
about
don't
you doing
read,
all that
we
stuff.
read about everybody.
we
Everybody's
we
in the
don't like it.
tabloids. How do you stay out of that mess?
I think I'm a little too busy.
Yeah?
I think I work so much when I'm getting off the stage. I've given 100%, and the only thing I want to do is go to the hotel and get in some Uggs and watch television on the news or whatever is on television out of the country.
Is there any reality show, anything you watch, a guilty pleasure?
I was just watching the marathon of what are the kids on?
The Jersey Shore?
No!
Stop it.
And?
It was hilarious. It's good. It's good quality television.
Yeah, stop. Okay, we want you to take a little sniff of something.
We made sure we wore.
The heat is on,
The
baby.
heat is on here.
I smell it. I feel it.
Tell us about your fragrance. It's
I'm
beautiful.
so excited about it. And they just told me it's the #1 fragrance, which I had absolutely no idea.
Since middle of January, started selling it already.
It is it's great news for me.
Did you have hands-on in just selecting? Tell us what went into
every
that.
detail. I wanted women to have a lasting impression when they walked into a room. My mother, when she walks past, it's my mother's fragrance, and I always loved that, and I wanted my own signature fragrance. So it was something that was important, that it was something that stood out and was original, but something sexy.
Very sexy bottle.
It is a very sexy bottle.
You know what?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's very similar to the dress you're wearing.
All right.
Is it just me? You sort of look like your mama.
I wanted it to feel really classic and sophisticated, but still modern.
Yeah.
And red and gold
Although
are my
your
favorite
figure is
colors.
better than this.
Absolutely.
Well, my figure's kind of like that, a little heavy at the bottom.
It's almost like everything you touch goes to gold at this point. And yet I know because of the way you were raised that you realize there will be tough days ahead.
Yes.
There are for everybody. What grounds you now?
Being around my family keeps me grounded. You know, my mother is a very, very special woman, and she is very honest with me, as well as my husband, very honest, and all of my friends. You know, all of my female friends, we call ourselves the Blackbirds, and it's just great to know that when I take off all the makeup and the heels and I'm at home, I have a life, and I have warmth, and I have reality.
Bless you, Beyonce.
Thank you, lady.
Thank you so much.
It
Anything else
couldn't
about
happen to
Beyonce?
us a nicer person.
Thank you. I feel y'all are wonderful. Thank you.
We're so wonderful. You don't know.
I know.
You have no idea how great we are.
You need to watch us more.
I do. I watch y'all all the time.
TV.
That's why I'm like, thank God y'all are being very sweet to me.
We just took it out on each other. You kidding me?
No, I
What the
know.
hell is she talking about?
We loved her.
We had the best
Loved her.
time. I wish we
Loved
could have
her.
gone to lunch. And
I know.
Anyway.